Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cousins now to throw on first down. Setting up the screen for Cook. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Give him 7 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. On third down, Cousins keeps himself upright. A strong running. Flush to his, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Noah Spence gets to him for a gigantic loss of 19 yards. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over first and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. They go play action. Trubisky. Finding Gabriel complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. On the ground with a tight end. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And I think the offense got it back. Yes, they did. At the 2-yard line is where they'll have it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. No gain on this defense.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Minnesota.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Gun. Check. Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield. Gun. Motion. Bumps out the helmet. Here we go.
They just do get the play off. Now Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there, first down, Vikings.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Gun. Let's put that team on the punt. 58, right on. Gun. Right, 58, right there. Yo.
They'll run for the first time with the former Bearcat, Mike Boone. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Cousins gives way to Cook. Cook stripped. The ball's out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Throwing, Cousins. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will tie us at 3-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing here, Trubisky. And the pressure gets to him again. Daniil Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. And taken right on the 30. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now a run with Cook. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. After the play, not a good sign. Dalvin Cook staying on the ground. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Cousins. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now it's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Check
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Play action. It's Trubisky. It's caught. It's Miller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he's going to cut it back right. Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a give, right side. Boom. It's a gain of 6. Moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Buying time to his left. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. To throw, Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Alert, 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 alert. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, his first touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On the carry, it's Boone. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll go with Boone. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Play fake. Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. He's got Smith here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Gun. X3. 218. Chopper.
On 2nd down now. Boom. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
The Hawk, where are you?
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Yellow. Lucky 50.
Yeah. Mike, 58.
Hey, Charlie.
Here we go.
A first down throw for Cousins. Throw complete to the tight end, Morgan. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. It's them with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
61, match box.
They go play action with Trubisky. They'll find Miller. That's complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action. Now Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Ran,
Mike 5-4.
Hey, wahoo!
Trubisky will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I'm coming 18. I'm coming after you.
Check. Play it. Shit.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here's Trubisky to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Trubisky gives to Cohen. There he goes inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Cousins. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On first down. Boom. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
General West.
Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Noah Spence. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. 3rd and long for Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll look to set up his blockers. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Here we go.
Now Trubisky on first down. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Danielle Hunter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack on first down, Trubisky, his throw incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
On third and goal, Trubisky.
Third and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to come from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing, Cousins. Steps away to his left. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
We're going. We're going. Let's go.
Check tight. Check tight. Check tight.
Go. Go.
Army. Check Mike, man.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
They go play action. Cousins. And this one to Treadwell, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one good for 37 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Cousins now. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Watch the pass. Check 13.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Pass it.
Gun.
Go.
Two.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run. and just lost track, and it cost him.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Boone here, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 3rd and goal for Cousins. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Buster Screen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. First down, a run with Cohen. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
Again, it's Cohen. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Trubisky. Finding Gabriel complete. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, his first touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Good route here. Hey, Delta, you draw quarters.
Fellas, let's set a tone. Check Mike 99, Mike 99. Let's go.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Buster Screen. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try to.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Vikings pick up the football. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Everyone's go.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
94 is the mark. 94.
Hey, Echo.
Get that ball, D. Let's get
Lucky 50.
Shit.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 41, Cousins. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Bears. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And they'll start out here with a jet sweep. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This is Cohen. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
54, Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Alert.
Check 99.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
You
right.
like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, Ringo, 48.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 40. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe it. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
We're going to shut you down.
So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Extra point up and good by Bailey, and that will get them one closer. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
On first down, Trubisky. It's complete. Javon Wims, the open man. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point up and through. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Noah Spence in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. Don't need it all to go on 2nd down.